Paint, printing, and flowers are among the largest industries employing residents of the Gaza envelope communities that Hamas tried to destroy. These companies provide products throughout Israel and export to countries around the world.
The major economic activity in that region is both in agriculture and in industry. I mean, in the kibbutzim around the Gaza Strip, in each kibbutz you usually have a major industry, which usually is a very performing one.
But one Black Saturday, as families were being tortured and killed in their home, businesses the people rely on went up in smoke.
When you talk about it, it sounds bad, but it's when you walk there, then you understand what the Holocaust means.
But this is a story of resilience, of how terror did not prevail. Instead, determination and creativity emerged.
We put it all aside, and within 6 weeks, we were ready to go to market again.
And so we started 2.5 weeks ago to put print on our cables, made in Sderot, Am Yisrael Chai.
Nirlat, one of the leading Israeli companies in the field of paint, which employs 400 workers, has its biggest plant in Kibbutz Nir Oz, just a few miles from the Gaza Strip.
In Israel, you have two significant actors, Istanbul and us.
Synergy Cables is a global supplier of power cables. It has unique facilities to produce the cables. It is located in the Sha'ar HaNegev industrial zone and employs 150 workers.
We're just now producing for Intel specific design cables for their new plant in Israel.
Crystal Dome, a 40-year-old company with a 20-year presence in Sderot, has around 50 employees, and it creates logos and industrial printing products for clients around the world.
Most of what we do is going to direct exports, mainly to Europe and the US.
As these factories are at the core of the communities that suffered Hamas terror incursion on October 7th, naturally, they were affected too.
The big factory is gone. We had a distribution center, distribution is gone, including all the inventory in there, whether it's raw material or packaging material or products that were supposed to be shipped. We saw in the cameras that they played around with some of our machines, but afterwards they burned down.
Some of the factories were deliberately targeted.
It was in their plans, you know. We know that the terrorists, the army found the plans that they had, and it was saying you have to clean up Neilat factory.
Lotan explained that although this is a paint factory, it could be presented by Hamas as a great victory, the destruction of a chemical factory.
We destructed the chemical factory, so it sounds like you ruined an army strategic factory. And it's ridiculous because it's only paint.
The damage was not only physical, but the workers suffered emotionally what no human should.
They came to their almost to their living room, to their balconies. They heard all the gunshots. They were in a nightmare. Nobody was there to save them.
We have one employee that lived in Nir Oz. She has been taken hostage. As far as we know, she's alive because she's one of those three that were taken on video. We have other employees with a lot of traumas or families that are in Nir Oz or other kibbutz around, which are either murdered or have been murdered or have been taken hostage.
Plenty of foreign workers, mainly from Thailand. Some of them also suffered and were kidnapped and were killed and were shot. So the major problem now with the agriculture land over there is lack of manpower.
Other than the traumas that haunt these workers, there are many other factors that limit this industry's manpower. Evacuation of the citizens from this area is one of them.
They don't want to come back to Sderot. They are very far away all the thing, all we try to convince to pay bonuses, to do everything. They don't want to come back.
The other problem is that we have a lot of people that have been drafted for in the miluim, what we call reserve. So even there is a shortage of manpower because some of the people are now in the army.
As many of the businesses took time to get back on their feet, some of the international clients started looking for alternatives.
We worked so hard to build this market, and it is very fast that we are losing it.
Despite the wide understanding, some foreign clients are just skeptical that the industries located in the Gaza envelope will be able to deliver in accordance with their contracts due to the war situation around them.
So he told me, sorry, Iran, we will not make it this year because in this atmosphere you cannot promise that you will supply like in the terms of the contract.
Israel's finance ministry is providing compensation so that they can survive in these hard times. While these payments could be helpful, most of the companies felt that they would not be enough to keep them going, so they decided to look for creative temporary solutions to stay afloat.
So we have a combination of issues: no factory, employees under trauma, no business, and one employee taken hostage.
Of course, for the first few days, nobody could think about working. But then we started to think how to get back to work. We have to export. We have customers abroad.
Innovative solutions started to pop up.
We leased some houses for them, all the logistics. So we are working full capacity. Almost all of our employees are present.
So we had to look for other ways to produce our products. So we found a lot of, first of all, cooperation and willingness to help everywhere. Our two subcontractors are already producing for us two different products, each one a different product.
Nirlat is in the process of buying a smaller company to produce another of its lines.
We also are about to sign an agreement to rent a big distribution center in Beersheba. A lot of our employees are from that area, so it's good to have a distribution center there, so we can employ our employees to work there.
Despite that it is tough financially, Nirlat looked outside the box and found a solution overseas.
We sent a team, including myself, to Greece, to the market leader in Greece, by the way. We got their acceptance. They accepted to produce our products, not their products. They're not dramatically different, but we have our own formulation under our brand, not their brand, and imported from them.
Companies adapted to the existing conditions so that they would keep producing.
Me, myself, I'm the CEO of both these sites. I'm usually most of the time in Rishon. I'm now working on production line. But for the exports, I'm trying to, to supply from here to there to show that I'm alive.
Some of these creative solutions gave good results.
Usually the factory works 24/7, 365 days a year. And currently we're doing the same.
The amazing results reflect the general attitude of the people of Israel.
I mean, necessity is the mother of creativity. That's what we say. Israel's startup nation has been there because we didn't have any other choice but to have our mind, because we don't have any other thing but what between our right and left ear.
These companies that were in the breached and terrorized border are resolved to return, rebuild, and recover together with the communities that host them.
If we move away from there, then the border is going to move with us. So then it's going to be scary to be in Beersheba. So we should build, or the country should build, secure borders for us.
The government has made a very, very strong commitment to destroy the infrastructure of Hamas, not to let the Gaza Strip become an area that will endanger the adjacent villagers, for the Gaza Strip or the people around the Gaza Strip.
Shalish feels like the survival of Crystal Dome is crucial for the survival of the city of Sderot, so that the people will have a place to work when they return to the city.
This is why we are working 24/7. Very few people to save the business, to save the future of Sderot. It's part of our strengths. While they kill, we build.
Resilience is the name of the game. We are going back, and we are going to go back to those places, continue to grow over there, rebuild both the villages, the kibbutzim, and continue to make the industry function.
This time, their objective is to frighten all of us, to want to leave the place. So the one thing that we shouldn't do is leave.
From Israel, this is Debbie Monblad reporting for the Media Line.